The alien woman was dying in the wreckage. Her ship obliterated. Her people gone. Marcus Kane, the last mechanic on Outpost Theta 7, had one functioning ship left. His only escape from this collapsing station. He gave it to her without hesitation. She grabbed his hand, tears streaming down her violet face. "Why?" she whispered. He smiled. "Because someone has to." 24 hours later, 325 warships materialized around his coordinates. She hadn't abandoned him. She'd gone to get an army. But these weren't just soldiers. They were the Emperor's personal guard. And what they did next changed everything. Marcus wiped the grease from his hands, staring at the flickering console. Outpost Theta 7 was dying. 3 weeks since the last supply ship. 2 weeks since communications went dark. 1 week since the reactor started its terminal countdown. He was alone, the last human stupid enough to stay behind fixing what couldn't be fixed. Then the proximity alarm screamed. A ship? No. Wreckage, tumbling through the debris field. Marcus suited up, magnetic boots clanging against the hull. As he spacewalked to the crash site, inside the twisted metal, he found her, an alien woman, tall, elegant, with skin like polished amethyst, and silver markings that pulsed weakly. Blood, purple and luminescent, pooled around her. Her species, he recognized the insignia. Valerian, the empire that controlled half the known galaxy. "Please," she gasped in perfect English, her translator barely functioning. "My crew, they're all gone. Pirates. They wanted the cargo." Marcus checked his scanner. Her injuries were critical. She had maybe 6 hours. He had one ship, the Sparrow, a beat-up freighter he'd spent 3 months repairing. His only ticket off this dying station. "Can you fly?" he asked. She nodded weakly. Marcus made his decision in 3 seconds. He pulled her up, half carrying her to the hangar. She saw the Sparrow, the only intact ship in the entire bay, and her eyes widened. "No," she protested. This is your only ship." "Yep." Marcus helped her into the pilot's seat, programming coordinates to the nearest Valerian outpost. "Which is why you're taking it. You'll die here." Marcus smiled, that tired, peaceful smile of a man who'd made his choice. "Maybe, but you definitely will if you stay. Someone's got to make it out, right?" Tears streamed down her violet cheeks. "I am Lyra Val Theron. I will remember this. I swear it." "Marcus Kane, now go, before I change my mind." The Sparrow's engines roared to life. She looked back one last time, then vanished into the stars. Marcus walked back into the dying station alone. 72 hours. That's what the reactor gave him. Marcus worked anyway, rewiring panels that would never power on, fixing systems that would die with him. It's what he did, what he'd always done. He'd been a military engineer once, part of the United Earth Fleet, until one miscalculation destroyed 17 ships. Cleared of charges, but not guilt. He exiled himself to the edge of nowhere, fixing what he could. At least this time, he'd save someone. The station groaned. Hull breaches spreading. Communications still dead. Marcus sat in the observation deck, watching the stars, waiting for the end. Then space rippled. One ship decloaked. Then 10. Then 50. Then hundreds. Marcus stood slowly, his heart hammering. 325 warships materialized in perfect formation around Outpost Theta 7, each one larger than the entire outpost. The station's sensors screamed warnings. His hands trembled. Not pirates, not scavengers. Imperial Valerian dreadnoughts. The Emperor's personal fleet. "Oh, hell," Marcus whispered. The lead ship docked, with precision that made Marcus's engineering heart skip. Airlocks sealed. Doors hissed open. Soldiers poured in, gleaming armor. Energy weapons, moving like liquid death. 300 of them. They surrounded Marcus in perfect formation. Then as one, they dropped to one knee. Marcus blinked. A wrong guy. The lead soldier removed his helmet. Scars crossed his face, but his eyes held absolute respect. "Marcus Kane, human, engineer, savior. I'm really not. You saved Lyra Val Theron." The soldier's voice carried through the entire bay. "Crown princess, only daughter of Emperor Kaela, heir to the Valerian throne." Marcus's brain short-circuited. Princess. I saved a princess. Footsteps echoed. The soldiers parted. Lyra walked through, no longer dying, wearing armor that gleamed like starlight. She stopped before Marcus, and to his absolute shock, she bowed. You gave me your only ship, she said softly. Your only chance at life. You asked for nothing, expected nothing. She straightened, her violet eyes blazing. By ancient imperial law, anyone who saves a member of the royal family, with true, selfless sacrifice, becomes a protector of the realm. You are now under the Emperor's personal protection. And more, she smiled. My father wants to meet the human who taught his daughter what honor truly means. The Emperor's offer came within hours. Marcus's answer took even less time. 6 months later, Marcus stood in the rebuilt Outpost Theta 7, now a shining hub of human Valorian cooperation. He'd been offered everything: titles, wealth, land. He'd refused it all. Instead, he'd asked for one thing. Let me teach. His past mistakes? The Emperor had reviewed the data personally. Not a failure, Kaela had said. A teacher who learned the hardest lesson first. Lyra visited often. They become friends, real friends. Later, she confessed. The pirates had been assassins sent to end her line. If Marcus hadn't saved her, the Empire itself would have fallen. One act of kindness. Billions of lives saved. The proximity alarm chimed, friendly this time. Marcus looked up from his workbench. Another distress signal. Another ship in trouble. Lyra stood beside him, now commanding her own fleet. Ready. Marcus grabbed his tools. That same tired smile crossing his face. Someone's got to help, right? They walked to the hangar together. Human and alien, mechanic and princess. Friends forged in the moment. One man chose kindness over survival. The Sparrow sat in the bay, fully restored, gleaming. Marcus climbed aboard. Let's go save someone. Because that's what heroes do. Not because they seek glory, but because when faced with an impossible choice, they choose to give everything for a stranger. And sometimes, just sometimes, the universe gives back.